If you are somebody who does not know how to save money, or you think you can't put that money aside, I'm gonna need you to get it together, sis. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Julia. For those of you who are new here, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. As you guys can tell from the title, we are going to be filming a taxes for small business video. I still have so much to learn. I just wanted to give very helpful tips that I found that I made the mistake prior to doing my taxes. Tips and tricks to help you guys for when it comes to tax season, so that you guys avoid those mistakes that I made. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into this video. If you guys see me looking down a lot, it is because I'm going ahead and refer back to my notes so I don't get lost in this video. But yeah, tip number one is to hire an accountant or hire a CPA. Before I got one, I was just so incredibly lost. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know who to turn to. And a lot of these things that I learned that I felt were honestly really common sense things, but you just really need someone to kind of verify those things for you and just kind of guide you into the right direction. I hired Mrs. Tasha here. I found her on YouTube. I will link her Instagram and all her information down below. Name is Katasha Harj. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm so sorry, Tasha. But she is known as Tasha, and she is here to help other entrepreneurs with personalized tax strategies and offer other business guidance so you can reach your financial goals. I took her 1 hour Don't Let Someone Steal Your Spotlight business consultation, and it's just a consultation for 1 hour, obviously with her one-on-one via FaceTime or a call. If you're someone who doesn't like FaceTime or anything, she will do a FaceTime call with you. And this one in particular, I was able to ask any business related questions, tax related questions, marketing, whatever questions I had. Her consultation really made me look at my business completely different. Like before talking to her, me personally, I got into this stigma that, you know, the gas prices are so high. There are people right now who are flourishing in this horrible time that most people might be going through. There are people still willing to spend money. And if you're worth it, like if you're a licensed Lash tech, that right there will make you go a really long way. So don't be afraid to learn how to talk about yourself. Even if you're not a Lash tech, just really presenting yourself professionally. If you have those credentials to back it up, obviously, then word yourself a lot better. Why would anybody want to go to you if you're just another lash artist in town? Why would anybody want to watch your videos if you're just another plain YouTuber? And you have to say that. And it's like, I know that may be common sense to some people, but to me, like, I just needed that push. I needed somebody to tell me, like, no, don't be afraid. And it's not that you're sounding cocky, it's because you can back it up. Like, you're a licensed professional, that's who you are, and own it, you know? So like just little things like that just really helped me and understand that, you know what, you're right. Like I do deserve the amount of money that I'm charging. I do deserve to call myself this. I have the right to call myself this. My environment, I had just, you know, like just own what you are and own it to the fullest potential. So this brings me to tip number 2, and that is opening up a business account right now. Wherever you are, if you are a small business owner, if you are a lash tech, please go and open up a business account. Like, to be completely honest with you guys, I really didn't think this was going to be as big for me as it is now. I did not think I was going to be this far with my YouTube channel as I am now, and that's why I always suggest you guys to don't stop. But for me, when I first started doing this, I did not want to do taxes with it. Just thought, like, I want to profit all my money. I just want to work from home. Just things change though. Most places back then would just look at your bank statements. However, times have changed and people are cracking down, especially like if you're trying to rent an apartment or if you want to go rent a house or if you want to put a loan in your name, you need to be able to have that really professional proof of income. I thought, oh, I could just have a separate bank account, because for the time being before, I did have a separate bank account that I used to get all my Square deposits into my bank account, to that specific bank account, and then there I would just transfer myself money over, just so I didn't have all these different transactions for if the time were to come that I needed to show somebody my bank statements. It wouldn't be like all these transactions from like Starbucks or Sephora or something. I guess you can get away with that when you're in the beginning, like when you're first starting, but I would honestly just open up a business bank account now and just get yourself into that money habit and into those professional habits, so it saves you time later on when you're starting to become bigger and you're building yourself up as a business. So before you even open your business bank account, you need to go ahead and establish yourself as a business. There's two main ones that I'm going to talk about. There's so many more, but I'm just going to get into these two, which is, are you a sole proprietor or are you an LLC? These are super important. You do want to register your business. You can do this online. It is really, really simple. So when you finally establish yourself as a business, whether you are a sole proprietor or you're an LLC, you are now going to take that and go to irs.gov and register your EIN number. It is super easy. It's super quick. It is free. If you're going to go on any other website and they're going to charge you to get an EIN number, you're probably not doing it right. The way I got my LLC was through LegalZoom, and I'm not sure if I really recommend it. It was just really easy. People kind of do it for you, but I would recommend for you to do it on your own. But my LLC came with the EIN number, so all I have to do is take that EIN number and go ahead and open up a bank account. If you did it another way, you'll just go to irs.gov and register a EIN number so that you can go ahead and take that EIN number and go ahead and input that so that you can open up your business bank account. The ones that I highly recommend, if you can go to a credit union, because they don't have these horrible bank fees like commercial banks do, like Chase. You really want to do, like, if you have somebody from Navy Federal, I personally have Schools First and Credit Union Southern California. However, none of those have business bank accounts. So what I did is I signed up for a new bank account, and let me go ahead and get you the information on that. Like I was saying, the new bank account that I have is called NOVO. Powerful, simple business banking account that you could use to go ahead and easy transfers. It's super easy to apply. There's no hidden fees. There's insurance with it, and it's online banking as well. There's no bank fees with it. So if you get like overdraft, there's no overdraft fees and everything. I did a lot of extensive research on it. It was one of the top banks that I found, and it was like there was so many positive and good reviews about it. So I was like, okay, you know what, let's just go ahead and give it a try. The coolest thing about NOVO is that it actually will hook up to your QuickBooks app, and any transactions you make on NOVO will automatically download to your QuickBooks, and it will file it for you. When it comes to having receipts from different brand companies, or if you're spending money on equipment, when you're going to Best Buy and you want to get yourself like a new laptop, or if you want to get yourself an iPad, like you could easily insert those receipts to QuickBooks. So come tax season, you don't have to worry about doing all this crazy stuff, which I'll show you if that's something that you're not interested in. You're still kind of like, you're kind of worried about it. But yeah, highly recommend that. Open up a business bank account. Do it now. Pause this video and go open up a business bank account, but do it now. Get it done, get it out of the way. Now that we talked about banking, this brings me into my tip number 3, and it is to track all of your expenses. Now, I did mention before that NOVO does partner with QuickBooks, so it's an easy way for you to go ahead and organize all your expenses through there and transfer it onto there, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, a simple way of doing this and keeping track of all your expenses without having to go through a bunch of apps and without having to write it down is to go ahead and, for example, for me, my favorite lash supplier is Lashbox LA. If I were to go ahead and log on to Lashbox LA and go to my purchase history, I can go ahead and download my purchase history onto my computer, go onto Google Excel spreadsheets or Google Docs, open up a new file, and go ahead and insert that downloaded file into Excel, and boom, you have all your records there from the time, the date, the prices, and it will sum up the total, so you don't have to sit there on the calculator and add up each and every one and get the total of the year. So you could download it for 2022, you could have it for whatever year that you need it for. It is all there. You can also do this with your Amazon, like if you are an Amazon buyer like I am, majority of my small supplies do come from Amazon. You could go ahead and request a Amazon purchase order history, order, whatever, take that download file and again transfer it to your Google Docs Excel spreadsheet, and then right there you have the total for your accountant or your CPA. So if you are somebody who doesn't want to keep track of expenses in a computer form, if you would like to do it the paper way, or you're somebody who doesn't really have a lot of expenses as of right now, maybe you're a writer and you're barely going to buy maybe just a notebook and a pen, or you just use your laptop, etc. Another cool way to keep track of your expenses is to have a paper form or a planner that gears towards your lifestyle. So if you're a lash tech or a content creator, you could always go on Etsy and you can find find YouTube planners, business planners, business expense trackers, etc. Download them for a digital copy. I do have a digital planner as well as an expense tracker inside my digital planner, and I also have this paper form of planner. So this is the Lash Professional Lash Planner right here. I love it so much because it has a section for you to go ahead and keep track of not only your inventory but your expenses. So I think that's super amazing. It also has other great things as far as like keeping track of your day, your goals, keeping track of social media, because we need to post content when we need it to generate more clientele to make more money. So I think it's really cool. It has your works to-do list here, your social media content, meal planning, and then you can plan out your day. You can see here it has your inventory and your expenses. So this is going to be super great for if you want to go ahead and keep track of everything. You don't really have a lot. You know, CC curl in 0.03 is running low. You're running low on primer. You're running low on spoolies. It's just going to make your life so much easier. So it has your date, what the expense is, and the amount of money that it's going to be. So this is just great if you're barely starting off. If you're a beginner lash tech, highly recommend this lash planner. It is super awesome. I love the fact that it's black, it is sleek, it's nice, it's compact, it's not too big. It's pretty much as big as my actual like iPad here. So yeah, I do have a discount code for you guys for this planner. It is Julia15 at checkout for any of your Lash Professional orders. Highly recommend this book. Keep track of your expenses, you guys. It's obviously important come tax season. Tip number 4 is obviously write-offs. You want to be kind of careful with this, but you also want to make sure that you're understanding what is considered a write-off, what is not, and obviously keeping track of those expenses. I'll give you just a few examples of what can be considered a write-off if you're a small YouTuber or if you're a lash tech. What can be considered a write-off for us small business owners, but I really want you to keep one thing in mind and be very careful when it comes to writing things off. I think for me, before I even met with my accountant, like I said, it's super amazing to have one, but before I even met with her, I was just like, I'm gonna write off everything. Every little penny I'm gonna go ahead and write off. You obviously don't want to owe any money back to the government. However, for example, let's just say that you made 80K as a lash artist this year or as a small YouTuber. You're gonna go ahead and write off $30,000 worth of deductions, which will bring you to about $50,000. So that will technically be what banks and loans, or what pretty much anyone is going to see, is going to see your net income, not your gross income. That's why you want to be really careful when it comes to write-offs, okay? Because they're going to look at that last total after deductions. So if you want to go ahead and put down that for a home you need to be making, I don't know, 70K, and you wrote off $30,000 in deductions, and you're left with 50K, if that's your actual income, they're only going to look at 50K. So you kind of want to be careful, like especially if you're just starting and let's just say you only made 20 grand and you wrote off 10 grand in deductions, they're only going to look at that you made $10,000. Sucks, I know. Now that you know to be aware about deductions and when it comes to your income and everything, let's go ahead and talk about examples of what are write-offs. It may be different for you and what your profession is. This is just what I found as write-offs for me as far as being a small YouTuber and a lash tech and a business owner. So my write-offs can be your clothes on your back. If you're a YouTuber, anything that I show you guys here can be considered a tax write-off, whether that is maybe a new purse because I'm doing a what's in my bag video, shirt here that I just bought from Charlotte Russe because I mean I don't have a uniform but I need to wear clothes obviously to make these videos, so this can be considered a tax write-off. My new camera, a new lens. For me, I film in my studio and I do pay rent for my studio, so the square footage in here, there's like this technical math problem. I don't really know what it is. If I find it, I'll put it right here somewhere. But whatever that is, that you can go ahead and use your space. So for me in my studio, I can consider this as a write-off. Humidifiers, if you're a lash artist, your light, your decorations for your lash room, because you know you need your lash room to look nice. If you give your clients like an aftercare kit, your shampoos, you know, your tweezers, all your supplies, all can be considered a tax write-off. You can write off your miles on your car, and if you're leasing leasing a car, you can write off the payments on your car. So you can't just go, if you just recently purchased a car under your name, you didn't lease it, you cannot go and somehow change it to a lease, you know, so you can charge for the mileage of your car. So the gas that you put in, there's another technical equation that I'll put right here. You can go ahead and use that to consider as a tax write-off for taxes. You know, business cards, if you're going to buy business cards to go ahead and give out to customers, and then obviously all your lash supplies are considered a tax write-off. So that's why you see a lot of YouTubers on, you know, YouTube doing like luxury hauls, updated hauls, or like, you know, things like that. They're smart because all those luxury items that they're showing you are considered tax write-offs to them. So just keep that in mind if you are somebody who wants to start a YouTube channel. You know, everything that you buy, your licensing, like if you buy music, for example, for me, the music that I play in the background, I do have a website that I have a licensing agreement for. My iPad, all those things are considered tax write-offs. There's so many other things that you can go ahead. There's a list of stuff. You just have to do your research, or you can contact my accountant and she'll go ahead and give you the whole rundown on what is considered a tax write-off for you. My last and final tip is putting tax money aside already so that you don't have to worry about it later in the future or come when you're ready to do your taxes. You know, we did say open up a business bank account, but I would also either suggest opening up a separate bank account for just saving the amount of money that you need for your taxes. I know that's probably going to be different for everybody, that whether that be 15 to 20% of whatever you're getting that week or however you like to pay yourself. I like to pay myself at the end of the week of each week. That's how I have my Square set up, and I will put money aside. Thankfully, I had been saving a lot of money. You know, I have that money set aside. Come when, if I do need to owe, I do have money put aside already for myself for if that does come up. So I would say definitely put money away right now. Even though you may not be wanting to do your taxes this year, I would highly recommend putting that money aside for yourself now, because if you don't, come tax season, and let's just say you have to owe $4,000, you know, there are ways that you can go ahead and do like payments, but who really wants to do that? Who knows the interest on that and everything? Just having it set aside for yourself already is just gonna help you out tremendously. I know that sucks, and if there's one thing about the government is they're gonna rob you for your money, but it is what it is. That is the downfall of being a business owner. It is giving half of your money away to the government, and that's just the reality of it. If you are somebody who does not know how to save money, or you think you can't put that money aside, I'm gonna need you to get it together, sis, because you need to start creating these money habits now to help you better along your small business journey. Just being smart financially with your money, you know, not overspending, putting money aside, knowing how to use and spend your money wisely, keeping track of your money. If you would like a video on how I manage my money and how I put money aside, I can definitely do a video like that for you guys. How do I know what to spend, what not to spend, where my money is going? If you guys would like a video on that, please let me know in the comments down below. I'll definitely go ahead and do a video like that for you guys. That's all for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I really hope that these were helpful tips for you guys. If you learned something, please let me know in the comments down below. There's so many other things out there that you do need to know, and why you need to hire a professional so that you can get all those questions asked. If you do have other questions as far as taxes, I would definitely hit up my accountant, or go ahead and, you know, message an accountant, because I probably can't answer some of those questions. I can try, I'll do my best to answer some of the questions if I did not answer in this video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.